Hello everyone. Today in this video, we'll be discussing regarding the paper analysis of the Bank of Maharashtra AFO, which was held on 31st of the October. I know we are a little late in analyzing the papers because we are waiting for the accurate questions to know the exact language of the questions that were asked in the examinations, so that we can provide you the exact answer, and accordingly you can count your scores, what are the expected marks you are getting in the examinations. But no issue, if we are late, then also we have brought nearly we have tried our best to give you the accurate language of the questions that was asked in the examinations. And one more good news that I think you all have got that news, that IBPS has already released this vacancy for the AFO post, and we have a huge number of vacancy regarding that. Means it is, you can say it is just double the number of vacancy that we have got in the last year. Total we have got 884 vacancies, and there are a few banks which still they have not reported their seats. Means they are given in the vacancy regarding NR, means not reported. Okay, mean we can expect more vacancy, but for now, as per the, if you see the notification, then total 884 vacancy IBPS has released, which is the double, nearly double than the last year's. Means you have greater opportunity for your selections. Okay, see, you have given the Bank of Examinations, Bank of Maharashtra examinations. Okay, no issue, whatever be the result, because now that exam is finished. Now, by counting that marks, that how much marks you are getting, when the result will be published, what will be the expected cutoffs, please don't stop thinking regarding that, because now you cannot do anything in that. If it's good, if your paper has gone well, that is also well. If it is not good, then also it is, because you are getting enough, you have next opportunity. Now, by thinking regarding the Bank of Maharashtra examination, you cannot spoil your the upcoming IBPS AFO examinations. Okay, see, that you have given the Bank of Maharashtra examinations, that is a boost for you. Think how, because you have prepared for the Bank of Maharashtra, and that exam was also conducted by the IBPS only, and the same IBPS AFO is going to be conducted. It means you have nearly prepared for the Bank IBPS AFO. Okay, now just what you have to do in this, for the mains you have nearly 3 months. Then what you have to do, that what mistakes you have done in the Bank of Maharashtra exam, AFO examinations, that mistakes you have to correct. Means you have not to repeat these mistakes. Okay. Now, when you talk regarding the Bank of Maharashtra AFO paper, then some students say, sir, paper was lengthy. Someone says the paper was easy. Someone says, sir, it was moderate to hard. But if you ask frankly, then near about the paper was, you can say, easy, and few questions were moderate, or in the other words, you can say that good questions have been asked in the examinations. Okay, their options were some confusing, they have given some confusing options. Why some students said the paper was lengthy or the paper was tough? See, in the many questions they have given a high, long length of the questions, they have given the confusing options. And other factors are that there were few questions which type of questions students had stopped studying, because from the last 3 years IBPS was not asking such type of questions. Due to these various factors, a student feels the paper was little bit moderate or a little bit confusing, something like that. Okay, but you cannot say that paper was tough. You can say the Bank of Maharashtra, in Bank of Maharashtra examination, a good questions, at least 20 questions or 25 questions, they have asked the good level of questions. That was good questions, not tough questions. That was good questions. Okay, now you see, I can compare it. We see, firstly, let's see about the IBPS vacancy. Okay, see, if you talk about the IBPS vacancy, see, total 884 vacancy they have released. How much vacancy they have released? Total 884 vacancy they have released. You can see, total 884 vacancy they have released. And out of which, if you see the category wise, then you can see which all are the banks that have released the vacancy. Bank of India, Canara Bank, Central Bank of India, and Union Bank of India. Okay, these are the 4 banks which at present they have given their seats to the IBPS. Okay, you can see Bank of Baroda, Indian Bank, Indian Overseas Bank, Punjab National Bank, Punjab and Sindh Bank, UK Bank, they have not reported their seats till now. Okay, out of which you can see Bank of India has released 3 seats for the SC, 1 seat for the ST, 6 for the OBC, 2 for the EWS, and 12 for the general, total 24. Again, if you see regarding Canara Bank, 45 they have given for the SC, 22 for the ST, 81 for the OBC, 30 for the EWS, 122 for the general, total they have given 300. Same is with the Central Bank of India also, total 300. Again, when you see about the Union Bank of India, they have given total 27 vacancy for the SC, 13 vacancy for the ST, 42 for the OBC, EWS 38, 140 for the general, total 260. Total, if you see, for SC, it is 120 vacancy they are there, ST 58 vacancy, OBC 210 vacancy, EWS 99 vacancy, and 397 for the general categories. Total, they have given the 884 vacancy. Now you can see double than the last year, almost. Okay. Now, please, if you want to utilize if you are a real student or you are preparing for the real competition, then just forget the Bank of Maharashtra. Let's then publish the result. If the result is positive, go for the interview. But you have your next opportunity in the name of IBPS AFO. Don't lose it. Okay. Now, when you come to the questions from the Bank of Maharashtra AFO exam analysis, now you see how some students feel that sir paper was little bit lengthy. See, now you can think, or some people say that sir the cutoff will go high. There are various types of students. Some people feel that the sir paper was very easy. The cutoff can go higher than the 45 questions. Okay, yeah, it is. They all are correct at their places. Okay, reason, if someone is feeling that the paper was hard, then due to the reason behind that is that that they have left the reading such type of questions because IBPS were not asking that was current from that sections. Okay, now if you see there are many questions. Now you see, if the question from the godown, regarding the godown, they have asked the capacity of the godowns in 2018-19 AFO also. Okay, if you talk about the subsidiary, regarding the subsidiaries also, they have asked the in questions in 2018-19. Again, you come, if you talk about that margin loan, or in 18-19 they have asked about the collateral free loans. Okay, then you can see this is such type of questions. It is the not first time that IBPS are asking. Okay, and after that, if you see regarding the various schemes they have asked, but like a Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, little depth he has asked in the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, but it is not the first time that IBPS is asking such type of questions. They have done already in 2018-19, but after that 2-3 years they have not asked such type of questions because they are mainly concentrating on the basics agriculture. So some students have stopped studying these things. So some students feels that the paper was tough, but the paper was overall, the paper was easy to know, moderate, or you can say that it was a good paper. Okay, yeah, the level of paper was not high, so the cutoff may go high because we don't know anything about the cutoff, because when the result will be published, then only we come to know what is the final cutoffs. Okay, then so regarding cutoff we can't say anything, but leave that. The Bank of Maharashtra examination is finished. Now let's focus on the IBPS AFO. Okay, we'll be giving you the answers of the questions which was asked in the Bank of Maharashtra AFO examinations. First question is, what's the minimum distance of godowns from the dairy and poultry farm in meter? Okay, then what is the right answer to this? Then the right answer to this is 300 meters. Okay, in the 18-19 they have asked regarding the capacity of the this godown, but here they have asked regarding the distance from the godown of the various like a poultry farm, or you can say the dairy farm. Okay, now you see already when you talk about the dairy and poultry farm, there what should be the distance? 300 meters should be distance. Okay, when you talk about the factories and other sources of like workshop, or you can say that petrol pump, then it should be a 150 meter. When you talk about that this crushing mills or the garbage dumping or the slaughterhouse, that should be at the distance of 500 meter. Okay, but regarding the poultry and the dairy farm, it is 300 meter. In the 18-19 they have asked regarding the capacity. Then for a small size to go down, it is 50, 100, 200 and 250. When you talk about the medium size, then it is 500, 1000 and 2000. Okay, when you talk about the large size, then it is greater than 2000, but in million term. Okay, next you can see regarding the distance from the mills or the garbages, dumping grounds, slaughterhouses, it should be 500 meter. And when you talk about the dairies and poultry farm, it is 300 meter. And when the factories and other sources, it should be 150 meter. Next question. Inland source of water in brackish water is highest in, see, this type of questions is not new. Okay, it was also asked in 2018-19, such type of questions. Kerala, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, Odisha, and Karnataka. Of course, the answer will be Odisha. Okay. Now it's the season of Diwali. Then such disturbance we will be getting, but no issue. We have to focus on our goal. Then Indian inland source of water in the brackish water, which is highest in the which state? It is highest in Odisha. You can see the source. You see Odisha. It is highest in Odisha. Okay. Now next, you can take the screenshot of the data so that it will be helpful for your next examinations. Inland source of water in the form of reservoir is lowest in Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, West Bengal, and Uttar Pradesh. Okay, then according to the option, you can see the Kerala has only, in case of reservoirs, Kerala has the lowest. You can see the data and you can compare the data and you can see the options. Then you, accordingly, the right answer is here, Kerala will be the right answer. Which of the following fertilizer has lowest nitrogen content? Urea, ammonium sulphate nitrate, coated urea, ammonium sulphate, and the can fertilizer. See, regarding this also, I have been telling in the live classes to the students that they were talking that, sir, from soil science, the questions are generally the 1-2 questions from the nutrient sections they are asking, or fertilizer section. Otherwise, they are not asking. You see, this time in the Bank of Maharashtra examination, at least 7 questions was asked from the soil sections. Okay, then regarding the lowest nitrogen content, the answer will be ammonium sulphate. Okay, you can see ammonium sulphate, it contains near about 22-21% of the ammonical nitrogen. In ammonium chloride, the nitrogen content is 26%. The lowest among the options are of the ammonium sulphate. Which of the following silk is known as the golden treasure of Assam? Muga silk, iri silk, mulberry silk, tassar silk, or spider silk? Of course, the right answer is Muga silk. Okay. Here, Muga silk, this is also not called Muga. Okay. This is also known as the golden, already mentioned in the notes, golden treasure of Assam, in largest area, Assam, and endemic to northeastern states. India has monopoly in the Muga silk cultivation. Okay. These all are available in the notes. You can study it from there. The culture with the development of ecosystem in a manner in which it is self-reliant and sufficient for the farming is silviculture, horticulture, permaculture, pisciculture, or interculture. So in these questions, you can easily eliminate the 4 other options. Of course, answer will be permaculture. Okay, I'm not giving you the detailed explanation of this, all these questions. We are giving you just answers. See, growing of foods for increasing population without degrading of the natural resources like soil, water, and economic availability of the agriculture production. That is sustainable agriculture. And sustainable agriculture is one which makes use of the low-cost fertilizer, lower amount of the chemical fertilizer, maintains soil fertility and ecological harmony. It is also called the natural farming, ecological farming, or permaculture. Okay. Now, premium paid by the farmers under Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima scheme for the Kharif season, all cereals, millets, and wild seeds. Okay, you know, 2%, 1.5%, 3%, 4%, or 5%. Then, of course, for the Kharif season, it is 2%. Either it be cereals, millets, or wild seed. You can see for the Kharif, it is 2%. For the Rabi, it is 1.5%. And for Kharif, and this annual and commercial crops, it is 5%. States which has maximum area under organic production is Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Sikkim, Gujarat. Some states are confused with the options like Sikkim's. Okay, but when you talk about the organic certifications or organic production, the highest area is covered in Madhya Pradesh. This I have already discussed in the classroom. A state which has the maximum area under organic production is Madhya Pradesh, and Sikkim is the first state in India to declare it as a fully organic state. Downward movement of water in the fully saturated water or saturated soil with gravitational force is called seepage, percolation, water intake, drainage, capillary. Of course, the answer will be percolation, as they have asked in the saturation conditions. Okay, under unsaturated conditions, then answer may go infiltration, but okay, but under saturation conditions, answer is percolation. Entry of water from the upper layer to the soil is called is called infiltration, and it occurs in the unsaturated condition. When you talk about the percolation, that is the downward movement of water through saturated or nearly saturated soil in the response of the force of gravity. Again, NHB provides loan for commercial horticulture. What is the pattern of assistance for open field condition? Then the right answer was 40% of the cost and limited to 30 lakh per project in general areas. You can see here, commercial horticulture development in open field conditions. They are giving credit linked back indebted subsidy at 40% of the project cost limited to 30 lakh rupees per project in the general areas, and at the 50% project cost limited to 37.50 lakh for northeastern region and hilly estates and scheduled areas. Okay. Blue color tag for which seed packet is seen? Truthful level seed, breeder seed, foundation seed, nucleus seed, and certified seed. This is the common questions. They are repeatedly asking such type of questions. Then blue color is used for the certified seed. Certified seed, this is the progeny of foundation or registered seed. Tag color of the blue is blue or azure blue. Greenhouse technology started using in India from which year? 1960, 1970, 1980s, 1990s. None of these. It is also not new question, because you know, once the question was asked, when was the power tiller introduced in India? Means such type of question IBPS has been asking. This greenhouse was introduced in India in 1980s. In India, use of greenhouse technology started only during the 1980s, and it was mainly used for the research activities. This may be because of our emphasis so far had been on the achieving self-sufficiency in food grain production. MSP announced by whom? DMI, CSAP, state government, finance minister, central government. By CSAP, it is recommended, but it is announced by the central government. Based on the recommendation given by the CAP, central government announces the MSP of crops. In which place Indian Institute of Soil and Water Conservation is located? Dehradun, Manipal, Jharkhand, Meghalaya, and Sikkim. Okay, then it is located in Dehradun. ICR affiliated veterinary institute, which is developed embryo transfer technology, IVRE, NDRI, CARI, NDDB, Central Goat Research Institute. Of course, many students were confused with the IVRI, but the right answer is NDDB. The first embryo transfer technology project in the country was initiated by NDDB in 1987 by establishment of Central Embryo Transfer Laboratory at Sabarmati Ashram. Okay, and by NDDB. The right answer will be NDDB. Soil having high water holding capacity but poor drainage, alluvial soil, red soil, laterite soil, black soil, desert soil. The right answer is black soil. Okay, high water retention capacity and also have high clay CEC base saturation from 30 to 80% in base rich. Okay, and this soil comes under the vertisols. Which mineral is dominant? The montmineralite is dominant in this, and this is the retention of moisture for the longer period, but poor drainage is observed. Urea is made up of ammonia, nitric acid, CO2, ammonia, sulfuric acid, nitric acid, ammonia, CO2, ammonia, nitric acid, sulfuric acid, and ammonia. Then urea is made up of ammonia and CO2. Among which of the following crop PepsiCo and government of Maharashtra have a PPP for promoting drip irrigation? Then options were tomato, potato, orange, cotton, and mango. Then right answer to these questions will be potato. Okay. Now, next question. As per the Rangarajan committee, below poverty means, okay, see, people who is spending below 47 rupees in a day in cities and 32 rupees in a village will be considered under this, according to the Rangarajan committee. Okay, new poverty line are as 30 for the rural India and 47 for the urban India. The total number of agroclimatic zone, of course, it is 15. Okay, agroecological zones, it is 20. But they have asked agroclimatic zone. You see the list of agroclimatic zone 15, and also you try to remember the. But see, if you talk about the according to the NARP or ICAR, India is divided into 127 agroclimatic zone. And according to Planning Commission, India is divided into 15 agroclimatic zones. Also remember the name of different states which comes under which agroclimatic zone. The universal soil equations A equals to RKL SCP. What does K stands for? Vegetation cover factor, soil erodibility factor, stiffness slope factor, soil erodibility factor, runoff coefficient factor. And then you see K here. A stands for the annual loss, soil loss. R stands for the usability of rainfall. erodibility of the soil means K. Okay. Among the inland sources, highest utilizable surface water among the which of the flowing is not states. The question was river. Godavari, Krishna, Narmada, Manandi, none. The right answer will be Godavari. You can see the source. You can take the screenshot. Marginal farmer area is not more than. This type of questions are generally asked various times in the examinations. 1 hectare, 0.5 hectare, 1 hectare, 2 hectare, 4 hectare. Marginal farmers can have maximum 1 hectare of land. See, marginal farmers less than 1 hectare, small 1 to 2 hectare, semi-medium 2 to 4 hectare, medium 4 to 10 hectare, large farmers 10 hectare of above. Which crop has minimum seed multiplication ratio? Groundnut, red gram, sunflower, paddy, bajra. Of course, the right answer was groundnut. See, in the seed multiplication ratio for paddy, for the variety is 1:80, for the hybrid it is 1:100, wheat 1:20, maize 1:80 for variety. It was already mentioned like this, that is the highest for the brinjal, then coal crops, and lowest for the potato and groundnut. Response of plant to the lower temperature to induce flowering. Now, see in this question, they have given this to induce flowering is known as vernalization, photoperiodism, photosynthesis, stratification, blanching. Many students have given this a stratification answer, but the answer will be vernalization because the question is to induce flowering. The answer will be vernalization. The tillage system which have less than 15% residue cover after planting to control erosion is known as conventional tillage, no till, ridge till, mulch tillage, rotary tillage. Yes, the right answer is conventional tillage. Okay, in reduce, you see that if you see reduced tillage in this, the residue at least 15 to 30% are left. In case of conventional tillage, how much it is left? Less than 15%. Okay, or less than 560 kilogram per hectare. A device with openings generally of uniform size that is used to retain solids found in the effluent water set to the treatment plant is known as sludge lagoon, settling tank, screen, grid chamber, and trickling filter. The right answer is this, that device is known as screen. Okay, see, wastewater screening. Wastewater screening is the first unit operation in all watershed development plants. A screen is the device used to retain solids found in the influent watershed to the treatment plant. The main purpose of screening is to remove solid materials that could. The right answer will be screen. Which of the following is the implementing agency of National Program for Organic Production Scheme? Ministry of Commerce, Ministry of Agriculture and Finance, Ministry of Food Processing, Ministry of Finance, a Small Development Farmers Association. The right answer is Ministry of Commerce because this program is managed by the APEDA and APEDA comes under the Ministry of Commerce. You can see IRRI introduced golden rice is developed to improve which content in rice? Vitamin D, vitamins B, C, A, Fa, vitamin A. Of course, you all know that it is due to the vitamin A, genetically modified rice, and beta carotene, that is the precursor of vitamin A, to enhance vitamin content in the traditional rice. Percentage of bank margin for the contribution under National Minorities Development and Finance Scheme is 60%, 40%, 15%, 25%, 50%. Of course, the answer is 60%. You can see margin money loan scheme, assistance is provided to the beneficiary, enabling bank finance, public sector bank finance up to 60% of the project cost and 40% from the beneficiaries. Okay. KCC is provided by the bank for the purpose of credit for cropping and agri allied. Now, because now KCC has been extended to the allied activities also. So the right answer will be credit for cropping and agri and allied activities. Now, calcareous soil when treated with the 0.1 SCl produces effervescence due to the release of NH2, SO2, CO2, H2O2. Then right answer is due to the release of CO2. See, that contains calcareous soil that contains enough calcium carbonate to the effervescence visibility, releasing carbon dioxide gas when treated with the cold 0.1 and hydrochloric acid. Mega food park lease for how many years? 25, 30, 35, 75, 50. It is for 75 years. At least 50 acre of land for the project should be arranged by the SPV either by purchase or on the lease of at least 75 years. All are things are mentioned in the notes. Parameters used for big corporate in planning investment related to agriculture projects form set of alternative projects. See, actually, we are not confirmed about regarding these questions. What was the exact questions? What was the exact options? But no issue. As we get the confirmation, we'll inform via another YouTube video regarding these questions. Till that time, I'm not giving answer to these questions. Indian farmers are facing a large number of difficulties like high cost of production, fertilizer cost. Which among the following do you think will help the Indian farmers to overcome these difficulties? State farming, contract farming, intensive farming, zero budget natural farming, shifting cultivation. Then if this was the language of the questions, Indian farmers are facing large number of difficulties like high cost of products, fertilizer cost, then the right answer will be zero budget natural farming. But in the, I'm also not sure about regarding this question if they have asked regarding the high input cost, or if they are talking about the minimization of the risk, because there are many places where companies to provide input cost also, and when they are talking about the minimization of the risk, then in that case the right answer will be contract farming. But if this was the language of the questions, then the right answer is zero budget natural farming. Crossing of the crossbreed cattle to one of its pure parents breeding is known as triple cross, back crossing, out crossing, criss crossing, rotational crossing. How many times I've been taught, I taught this thing in the plant physiology section also. I taught this thing that if they are pure plants, parents are there, in F1 this one is produced. If this F1 is crossed with either of the parents, that will be known as back cross. If it is crossed with the recessive parents, that will be known as test cross, and if it is crossed with the dominant parents, that will be known as out cross. You can see crop and livestock grown in the synergy and maximum recycling of residues. Integrated nutrient management, mixed farming, integrated farming system, integrated plant nutrient supply farming system, relay farming systems, mixed farming systems. Many students were confused, but when the question is of the recyclings of the wastes of the livestock that are useful for the providing nutrient to the plants, that will be in the case of integrated farming system. Under SMAM scheme, subsidy for the purchase of the tractor for the women 20 horsepower PTO is 20% about 40,000, 35% of the about 1 lakh, 25% of about 60,000, 25%, 20% of the about 15,000. None of the above. The right answer was 35% of about 1 lakh rupees. For tractor up to 20 horsepower, for SC, ST and small marginal farmers, women 35% up to 1 lakh rupees. Which principle of farm management implies that the saving in the resource replaced must be greater than the cost of resource added in the choosing between the two cropping sources for the profit maximization is principle of equimarginal, principle of least cost combination, principle of comparative advantage, principle of opportunity cost, principle of isoquant cost. The right answer will be principle of least cost combination. The market for agriculture products in India are regulated by Agriculture Produce 1937, Agri Commodities Act, Essential Commodity Act, Food Products Order, or the FMC Act. Then it is managed by FMC. You see, FMC, Regulatory Market Committee, yard is any place in the market area managed by the Market Committee for the purpose of regulation of marketing of notified agriculture produce and livestock in physical, electronic, or other such mode. An organization, entity formed by the primary producers via farmers, milk producers, fishermen, weavers, rural artisans, craftsmen are characterized by SFDC, producer organization, APEDA, INAM, DMI. This question was asked in RRBSO also. The right answer is producer organization. A producer organization is an organization or legal entity formed by the primary producers via milk policy. Exact questions was, exact language was asked. One question was for the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. Threshold limit, then threshold of the crop insurance shall be based on the average yield of the last 7 years, excluding 2 years of the declared calamity, if any, multiplied by the level of indemnity of the area. Example of neutral fertilizer they have asked: ammonium sulphate nitrate, calcium ammonium nitrate, coated urea, potassium nitrate, ammonium nitrate. Then the right answer will be calcium ammonium nitrate. That is neutral fertilizer, or that is also known as Kisan Khad, and it contains 25 to 80% of nitrogens. Application of water at the root zone, very easy question. Basic irrigation, basin irrigation, sprinkle irrigation, check basin irrigation, drip irrigation, furrow irrigation. Then of course, higher efficiency means drip irrigation. See, it was introduced from the Israel, also known as the trickle irrigation, one of the latest and modern method of irrigation. It is suitable for the water scarcity and salt affected soils. Water is applied in the root zone of the soil. Pradhan Mantri Krishi Vikas Yojana scheme, yes, of course, you know, it is from the organic crop productions. Aims to PKBY aims at supporting and promoting organic farming, in turn resulting in the improvement of the soil health under the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare. This is an internal physiological disorder of mango causing poor quality and acceptable off flavor in mangoes. The area affected with the white spot like a sponge are the symptoms of anthracnose, mango malformation, spongy tissue, black tea, fruit rot. Of course, the answer is spongy tissue. See, spongy tissue is the major problem in Alfonso, where the pulp patch fails to ripen. This mainly is caused due to the inactivity of the ripening enzymes due to high temperature and convective heat in the post-harvest exposure to sunlight. The scheme which supports and supplement efforts of public extension by providing extension and other services to the farmers in form of vocational training, either on payment basis or free of cost as per the business model of the agripreneur, local needs and affordability of the target groups of the farmers are the farmer of which scheme, SFDA, NMSM, agri-clinic and agri-business, FPO and manage. The right answer is agri-clinic and agri-business. To supplement efforts of the public extension by providing extension and other services to the farmers either on payment basis or free of cost. Symptoms of wheat disease are dark green streaks on the lower portion of the leaf midroots and later on secondary fans. But in this question, some students also the word bunchy was also used. Okay, banana streak mosaic, bacterial wilt, check vision irrigation, Panama wilt. The right answer will be bunchy top. Fertilizers that are present in the form of stable granules of uniform size, which facilitate ease of handling the materials, reduce undesirable dust. The related fertilizer, primary fertilizer, mixed fertilizer, state fertilizer, liquid fertilizer. The answer will be granulated fertilizer. There were at least 3 questions that took from the disease sections. One, these questions from which answer you can give by just reading the questions also. The fertilizer that are present in the form of stable granules of uniform size, which facilitate ease of handling and materials, that will be granulated fertilizer. Then this was the questions which we have nearly 50 questions we have discussed. One question I've told you, we don't know the exact questions, but don't worry, we'll give you the answer of that question also. Regarding the Bank of Maharashtra examinations, we have taken the class of nearly 1 month examinations, and we have tried our best, or we have completed nearly about all the important aspects that was possible within the short period of times. Okay, now our next target is our Bank IBPS AFO examinations. You know already they have released the vacancies, and for this our live classes will be starting from the 6th of the November. Okay, and if we under this course whatever are the important aspects or important syllabus or the important topics for the IBPS AFO examination. If you see, you still have 3 months for the IBPS mains examinations. How much? You have complete November, December, and January. Now listen, you will say, sir, these 2 months will prepare for the prelims. Of course, but if you prepare, you have to, because your first step is to qualify the prelims examinations. That's good. But remember, if you completely prepare only for the prelims and you exclude for the mains examinations, then after that December month, when you give the prelims examinations, you will have very few means nearly one month and 2 or 3 days you are getting for the mains examinations. Okay, it means along with the, you may be that you give more time to the prelims for these 2 months, but along with the prelims, because you know there are many complaints regarding this, that a student is to say that, sir, I have studied but I have forgotten, sir, I forgot the data. That is only due to the lack of revision. They are not doing the revisions. They are leaving it the agriculture portions completely. Means from today to till the exam, your mains not till interview examinations, you have to be in touch with the agriculture subjects also. Okay, apart that is other thing, that prelims you have your prelims in the month of December. Yes, you have to be more, you have to give more time to the prelims, because our first step is to qualify the prelims examination. But along with that, you have to prepare for the mains also, so that complete January month should be for your revision, not for learning. It should be for the revision classes. Okay. Then within the November and Decembers, by taking the extra classes or for the high duration, longer duration of the time, where we will be covering all the important topics of the, as well as the current affairs of the IBPS AFO. And but we have, see, when we are taking the classes of the Bank of Maharashtra examinations, we have closely monitored the examinations of the NABARD and the RRB SO, because somewhat it is related from the previous examinations. Okay. Then for this batch also, IBPS AFO examinations will follow all the strategy that can be beneficial, or that there are few areas which will be, I think which can be new for you in this upcoming IBPS AFO examinations. We'll focus on that area also. Okay. Then this batch will start from the 6th of the November. Okay. And if you just now this for the live, if you take the complete package, means live classes, pre-recorded classes also, when the complete notes as well as the test series, then you can evaluate it at 3,500 rupees. And if you are taking the only live classes, pre-recorded classes, that will be at 2,500 rupees. And you can also take the discount by just applying the coupon live 15. Okay. Then you can get the discount of 15% on these courses. Okay. And more thing, that if you need any information regarding these live classes, or if you know what things we are going to provide, you can call or contact message on these numbers, given numbers 8688849803. You will get the complete information regarding this. Okay. And now we have very limited time. Now we cannot increase the length of the video by talking about the courses. Now it's your turn. You have to start your preparation without wasting the time. Okay. Thank you.